Another mistake that we very often see, insufficient storage protection. So when we are thinking about backup of our most critical data, our financial records, personal records, our technology in terms of, for example, information about how our hardware is built, medical records, if some of you are working in the med industry. In cases like this, typically we are employing state-of-the-art storage to protect your data. However, with DevOps, this is typically neglected quite a lot. We think that, okay, local device of mine on the own developer is storage good enough, or push it in some bucket in AWS S3 and keep data there, and it's good enough. And important information, one storage for DevOps data is not enough. Would you feel safe in keeping most vital financial records of your customers in just one place, in encrypted zip? If I would ask you this, if we have CISO here with experience in that, feel free to share your thoughts on this. But in most cases, you would say, hell no. This data is too important and too sensitive to approach it like this. Same applies for source code and metadata from your GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, etc. Why is that? Because those data are either core of a product that you are selling, core of a software that makes your business running, or they are part of your product that you are selling if you are selling modern hardware. So you can't imagine losing your intellectual property. Think about some custom in-house application that your developer is developed 5 years ago that makes your company run every day. Maybe it's your timesheet app. Maybe it's the app that is used to pay the bills of the company, like custom ERP. Imagine that company loses this today. How big of a hit is this? Probably it would stop companies' operations for a long time. So protecting source code of this application is equally important as protecting your most sensitive data. That's why we should apply all the same practices for storing this data when we run backup of it. We should keep those data in multiple different storages. We should apply 3-to-1 backup rule and have storage replication. We should have encryption of this data, both at rest and in transit. We should apply immutable storage, assuring that after the data is put at a secure location, nobody can modify it, nobody can delete it without you knowing. Also, you should think about how to enable ransomware protection for this data. Because if we have ransomware attack, as we've seen, 83% of cases with external actor causing the security breaches. So quite high probability. If we have such a scenario, you want to have your backup data protected from ransomware attack. Easiest way to do it, store them in a format which is non-readable and non-executable. First of all, even if somebody with still credentials get into your storage with your data, they still cannot make any use of it. They cannot see how your systems, how your product, how application important from your business is built and running. Second thing, if we have ransomware attacks that are based on encrypting your data and cutting you off from them, files should be stored in a non-executable format because those types of attacks are done from within the storage. If the files are kept in non-executable format, this means that any malicious software designed to encrypt your data and lock you out of them won't be able to execute as well. So that's another thing to consider. And ask yourself, first of all, are the storages that you use for your most critical data, as you believe, even applying to those best practices? I hope they do. And if yes, are we applying the same thing to our DevOps data? Or are we just saying that, oh, the source code is distributed on the computers of all our developers, and it's good enough.